Peace and wellness to the family. Today, we're going to make a potent herbal infusion. I make my infusions a little bit differently, so I wanted to display that for y'all. Also, I have my handy potato ricer. If you want to get into herbalism, or if you're planning on getting into herbalism, get you a potato ricer. It helps you to squeeze your herbs out when you're doing your infusions, concoctions, and even a light tea boil. But this is going to come in very handy when you're trying to squeeze and get all of the herbal constituents and components out of the herb. This is going to help you out a lot, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, let's go. I wouldn't do the deal if it didn't heal. As you see here, we got the water boiling. Water is boiling. I got about 1.5 cups of water in there. I'm going to put about 1.5 tablespoons of hibiscus, and I think it was like 1/2 tablespoon of elderberry. Right there in the Pyrex, we got the water boiling right there. You can see that. Absolutely. It's looking good. Now we're going to pour that boiling water over the herbs. Yeah. Get it poured over the herbs. Make sure your water is at a boil, though. Very hot, because that's what you want. But we're making this potent, though. Then you're going to strain it. Strain it back through. Right back in the pot. Right there. Strain your herbs right back there through in the pot on the strainer. Get it all in there. Yep. Yep, see, I scraped that pot. You got the herbs. See, that's what you got from your infusion. Usually you would let that sit for about 10-15 minutes, but you know we on camera time. Put your herbs right there in that potato ricer I was telling you about right there. Squeeze that out. Yeah, just like that. See how that squoze? Freshly squoze. Put the herbs back in the mason jar. We're gonna double strain this. And then what I'm doing is I'm double steeping and straining to make it potent. So I'm pouring that original liquid infusion back over the herbs again. I'm pouring it back over again. You see that? I'm going to top it. I'm going to let that sit. I let that sit for about 10 minutes. Yep, right, just like that. And I'm going to pour it back in the Pyrex. Yes, you see that. I'm pouring it back in the Pyrex. Sure am. And I'm straining it, though. I'm straining it. Got the herbs in there, and I put it back. Yep. So we got our infusion here. I do my infusion a little bit differently as I study behind Dr. Africa as far as making different concoctions, infusions, and making my infusions based off what your need is by client or patient. I made this potency because I put 2 tablespoons to 1.5 cups of water. So because I wanted the potency of the herbs that I was using. So I used, typically people would use 1 cup of water to 1 tablespoon of herbs. But I went a little bit over that because I wanted a little bit more potency in what I was making. In particular, with the hibiscus and the elderberry, which is a good mix for cardiovascular circulation and HDL levels. So I wanted more of a kick, and that's why I used my potato ricer to squeeze out the constituents of the herb, because when you leave your infusion sitting for 10 or 15 minutes after you boil the water and you pour the water over your herbs and let it steep for 10 or 15 minutes, more water will come out of the rice, of the potato ricer or whatever you're squeezing it with. It's just, we were making this film, so we didn't have time to let it steep for as long as it should have because we were filming. But you'll find that you will get a lot more water coming out of and a lot more infusion and tea coming out of your potato ricer when you squeeze it. You'll find that you'll get more, but it's a good way to make it more potent, to make your infusion more potent. Like, I understand if we were just making a regular boiled tea, you wouldn't double strain it after the boil. But since I was going for more potency, you see how I did that. Now I'm gonna drink a little bit of this so y'all can see it is a little bit hot like a tea. It's still, I haven't let it cool down. And that's another thing too with your infusions. You put a top on it, let it cool down. And you can also put your herbs back in it, put a top on it, let it cool down so the herbs can steep in it even more as it cools. That also makes it a lot more potent as well. But I already took my herbs out, and I'm just gonna taste a little bit of it because hibiscus has like a citrus taste to it, which is very good. You don't need any honey or any other sweetener. If anything, a bit of a cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon will do the trick with any like slight sweetness if you want, but hibiscus always comes with a bunch of flavor, and the elderberry is always smooth. So good. It's like a citrus fruit punch without the red 40, like, which is a level 3 carcinogen, if y'all didn't know. So I mean, this is all you need for your cardiovascular system, your circulation. Like, it's real. I'm just saying, y'all want to drink red 40, it's on you, it's your decision, but I'm giving you like a way more healthy decision, being that it is an anti-carcinogenic option, you know, for those that are really trying to take their self-love to the next level. But this is what you can do. This is the awesome things you can do with the herbs that you get in your herbal pharmacy when you're getting into herbalism, and even if you're just doing it at home by yourself and you're becoming your own healthcare system, you could come up with your own innovative and unique ways to make certain infusions, and we'll do concoctions too. We'll do some more things as well, but I just wanted to show y'all that it doesn't have to be textbook by what you're seeing on the internet. Half the time, they're just doing what they copycatted from information that they got passed on YouTube University. What I'm showing you is my way of healing from experience. Like, this is the most potent infusions that I've been able to make with the potato ricer, because I'm actually squeezing to the potency of what I need it to be. So for me as an herbalist, that means a lot to me, because I want to get all that I can out of the herbs, especially if I'm dealing with a little bit of congestion with the season change, especially if I need some better circulation, and also the flavonoids and the anthocyanins that come in with the elderberry. And you also have the dense color of you see the purple coloring with the hibiscus. That is a sign that it is very good for your cardiovascular system. Very packed with iron with the elderberry and the vitamin A, as we talked about in my other videos about elderberry, and the 5 herbal kit video that I did. So this right here, let me take another sip of this. Very easy to drink, very easy to taste, very smooth, and more importantly, very, very beneficial to the body, for the immune system, the lymph system, respiratory system, circulation. I got HDL levels, your high lipids. You know, this is something that this is a really fast go-to that can get you going in the morning, midday, or even a nightcap for sure. Because this could also serve as really good in the bedroom too, fellas. You know, this could be really good for you for your blood flow and your libido as well. So this is a cheat code along with the purple sea moss, the elderberry and hibiscus before bed or before rounds with the wife or the girl. This right here definitely get you flipping tables and getting your circulation going in the bedroom for sure as an aphrodisiac. So toast, cheers.